Have you ever looked in the mirror, seen an asymmetry in your physique, and wondered how to fix it? Well, today I'm going to tell you what they are, what they're caused by, how to spot them, and how to fix them. So why should you care about asymmetries? Well, besides the fact that it makes your physique look undoubtedly worse, it also can cause injuries. If your right side is stronger than your left side, while you're bench pressing, you might tend to go like this and, mess up your shoulder or something like that. So because of these things, we want to fix asymmetries as soon as possible, and I'll tell you how to do that. So we know that they're bad, but what actually causes them? How do they happen? Well, the good news is that these are only slightly genetic, meaning that you can fix them with enough training. So it's things like opening the door with one hand, it's patterns like throwing with your right hand or throwing with your left hand, or maybe it's brushing your teeth, or maybe you're just genetically naturally stronger and one arm or the other. Prior injuries could also play a role. If your right arm got injured, so you had to use your left hand, then once the injury is away, your left hand is probably going to be stronger than your right. But how do you actually spot these asymmetries? Well, we probably know what ours are because all you have to do is just look in the mirror. If you want to get super scientific, you can use a tape measure, but be sure you're doing that. I would recommend before a pump, because if you employ the protocol, which I'm about to teach you about how to fix them, the muscle that is weaker is probably going to have a bigger pump, evening it out more. So here's how you actually fix asymmetries. So it all starts with unilateral movements. So these are movements like rows, hammer curls, bicep curls, where you're only using one side at a time. And so if you don't use any of these movements in your workout program and you have these asymmetries, you're going to want to put these in, because these are how we are going to fix your asymmetries. So what you're going to do is you're always going to start the set with your weakest side, and then you're going to switch over. What this is going to do is it's going to make sure that you're less fatigued for your weaker side, meaning you're going to be able to get slightly more reps in. And when you do, say, 11, 12 reps with your left hand, you're going to want to do the same number of reps with your right hand. You're going to want to stop. You don't want to keep on going. This is how you build the asymmetry, which we don't want. So overall, what this is going to do is it's going to encourage slightly more growth in your weaker arm, while also keeping it the freshest so that it can do the most amount of reps. And so after roughly 4 to 6 weeks, or maybe even longer depending on how the asymmetry is, this is probably going to be resolved by this routine. And so after that, you're going to want to keep the asymmetry. So how are you going to do that? Well, you could remove these unilateral movements, although a lot of them are great. So you're going to start with, say, your left hand on the first workout, and you're going to alternate. So you're going to go left hand for the first set, right hand starting for the second set, left hand for the third set starting, and so on and so forth. And then you're going to start everything with your left hand or your right hand, and then the next time you do that workout, you're going to switch. So you're going to start everything with your right hand and then start everything with your left hand. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that nobody is perfectly symmetrical. We're all going to be off by just a little bit, genetically or through other factors or whatever, the lighting, stuff like that. So you're not going to be perfectly symmetrical, but hopefully using those methods, you can fix your major asymmetries.